Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I'm back with the Carnival Love Tahiti palette, doing two looks for you. They are identical looks but with different tones, and I'm super excited on how they came out. Stay tuned if you want to see how I created them. For the crease, since I have hooded eyes, I like to start above my natural crease. And notice how I started the line above my inner corner. So in the inner corner, I don't have any highlighter or product, but you see how the light is already hitting it? You want to start right above there. And this is an important first step. We are first placing our line down using the eyeshadow Chili Pepper. And we're going to layer that with Blaze, which is the next red on that same row. And we're just layering the colors right now before we start our blend. Then you want to go in with a little bit of sundown and mango and start blending out the edges. I'm using a flat shader brush just to lightly go in with the sundown and mango colors. Alright, now that we have our blend going here, we're going to clean up our crease a little bit, because our crease is going to be a little bit more defined. So I'm going to use the Anastasia eyeshadow primer and a tiny concealer brush. This one is by e.l.f. and I'm going to start cleaning up half of my cut crease before I add any more eyeshadows. Okay, so really quickly about these two looks in this video were inspired because I saw a TikTok video by Jordan Shea MUA, and Brad Mondo reacted to it. It's basically her coloring her hair, and the transformation turns into a greenish, into coral and light green, and that super inspired me. And then not even 2 days later, I saw another TikTok by Charlotte O Makeup, and she did a look using this palette, and it had the exact same tones. Then with the detailed brush, I'm just packing in the eyeshadow Coral. It's a stunning, almost neon coral color. I know on the camera it doesn't look as bright yet, but just wait until I pack it on some more. I just want a line of coral to be defined right under my cut crease, so I'm just focusing that in the 2/3 of my eye, and I'm not going to bring it to the outer corner. Then with the same shades you used on your crease, you're going to start packing those in the same pattern on the outer corner. So I started off with Chili Pepper, and I'm just putting it diagonally to lift up my outer corner and match up, connect to the crease. And then I'm going to layer Blaze. So each color that I'm adding on, I'm bringing it slightly further into the eye because I want to keep that diagonal look to have the elongated and lifted effect. with a small angled brush. This one's by e.l.f. Get the same eyeshadows, Chili Pepper and Blaze, and connect your bottom lash line with that outer crease. Take some Sundown and Mango and start blending that into the red. Now with the smaller shading brush, I'm taking the yellow eyeshadow and blending it diagonally into the other shadows I already laid down. And then continue to layer the same eyeshadows to get that definition and depth in the outer corner. I did add some cocoa, and I also added some twilight on the outer corner to deepen it up even more, and then continue to blend with Blaze. For the bottom lash line, I also went in to give that pop of coral, so I'm adding that on the center of my bottom lash line, connecting it to the reds that I have laid down. And taking that yellow eyeshadow into the inner corner, connecting it to the top. I did go in with some sand eyeshadow. This is more of a pale coral color. It's an orangey coral color. And lightly, very lightly blending out those edges, just buffing it out a little bit more. And this just gets rid of harsh edges. Now I'm taking a clean, large eyeshadow brush. It's just a flat packer brush. And also buffing out the edges. Again, this is clean, no extra product, just kind of cleaning up my shape. And now I'm taking the eyeshadow from Anastasia Tempera. This is from the Anastasia Soft Glam palette because I wanted a more matte nude. And going in just to touch up a little bit more of Twilight, Cocoa, and Blaze on the outer corner to give it more depth. For the inner corner pop, I wanted to use a lighter yellow. I went in with the NYX pigment in 07 Brighten Up. And for the waterline, I use LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liner in Screamin', and I use the Verg MUA lashes in Smalls. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I hope you did too. And now moving on to the other eye look. Again, as I mentioned, it's identical, but I do love the way these looks are, especially for hooded eyes, and just the fact that you can, use more colors with it and things like that. I think it works out super well. I'm taking the eyeshadow Forest and I'm just drawing my crease, and again we're gonna go in with the layering. So after Forest, I'm gonna layer Tropic. I'm going to add a touch of reef because even though it's green, I do want to keep it in the aqua and blue tones as well. And I'm going to start blending that out with just a clean brush, just to blur the edges and not have any harsh lines. But then with the same colors you just applied, you're going to go in and add more definition. Now with a little bit of bamboo, I'm just going in with the light hand to blend it out even more. And I'm adding some key lime in the inner corner to brighten it up. Tap into forest and tropics. Here I'm taking some lagoon and just adding a little bit of a blue base. I'm gonna just tap on the colors I already used on my crease. So then I'm gonna go in with forest and tropics. You see how blending this into the green, blending this green into the blue helps you have a more blue-green base, which is what I want. Now I'm going in with some more reef and tropics to smudge it diagonally into my inner corner. I'm just going to drag it all the way in. And again with one of my favorite shades, coral, gonna tap that line under my crease. And although it's just a line and it's not blended, this is the effect I was going for because in pictures it just gives it that pop of color which I wanted. And then also add coral to the bottom of your lash line in the center. For the lighter pop of green, I'm going in with Tahiti green. I love this color. It matches my birthstone of August so nicely. I love eyeshadows that are like this. And then with the rest of the eyeshadow, I'm just blending it into the crease, just in that blank area. And I'm dragging it to the bottom corner. I'm also going to add vanilla to give it a more of a pop. To deepen the outer corner, I'm going to add some eyeshadow The Deep, which is the brightest royal blue in the palette. And I want this to give it a more blue teal effect. And it's absolutely doing that. So to blend that out, I'm also gonna tap a bit more of forest into it. With the clean blending brush, you're going to tap into key lime, and this is a very light pale green eyeshadow, and you're just going to lightly take it on the edge so it can buff out. I know I use this pencil, but I'm not actually using the color on this pencil, if that makes sense. I use the tip of the pencil to tap into the eyeshadow Tahiti green, so the eyeshadow crumbles onto the pencil, and then I press that onto my waterline. And boom, this is the finished look. I use the same Verg MUA lashes in smalls. I thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.